Hello, my dear fellow. In this video, I would like to propose a slightly different way of looking at AI. Oh yeah, this is me. Sort of. First things first though, context is important. Give me a moment. As a kid, I was diagnosed with Friedreich's ataxia. I do not like talking about it, but in essence, when I was growing up, there was nothing for me to look for in the future, only more pain and suffering for me and everybody around me. There was no life waiting for me. I was not going to get better. I was not going to find love, start a family, and all the usual nonsense. I was just going to keep getting worse and worse until I die before ever getting a chance to truly live. I will leave a link with more info below. But I warn you, it is a lot more depressing than this. So sad, moving on. Originally, this was supposed to be my last point, but let us start at the end, shall we? Technically, I have already started, and technically this, my last point, was never going to be the end of the actual video. But let us not make too much sense, shall we? Deepfakes. Oh boy, deepfakes. They sound so bad, right? They are deep and they are fake, they have to be bad. Well, they are not. Not necessarily. They are just videos with real people doing things they did not. This video is a deepfake too. This is not me. This is my digital twin. Shocking, I know. Unfortunately, I am physically not able to make these videos myself, and even if I did manage it somehow, you probably would not understand about half of what I am saying. Luckily for me, my digital twin has no such problems about people saying it could be used to spread disinformation. It could. But most of the disinformation I can see is being spread by real people in real life without the need for AI. In other words, if something looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, don't believe it when it tells you it is an actual duck, for it may be a fox. And foxes are nasty. Does that make sense? Probably not. What I am failing to say here is that you cannot fully trust anyone, so the deepfakes have changed nothing in this respect.
So let me ask you a question. Are you really afraid of the deepfakes? Or just the idea that a machine could make videos so good you will not be able to tell if it is real or not?
Back in school, I remember thinking I would not be able to continue writing for much longer, but then laptops became a thing, then iPads. I am a writer now, yet writing is getting increasingly more difficult for me, so I needed other way to write, like with my voice. Not ideal, but you still cannot write with your thoughts. Maybe next year. But Google's speech to text is, well, it is not very good, so I had to look elsewhere. I tried many apps, but I have finally found one I am happy with. It can understand more than any other. I mean, it still understands about 3/4 of what I say. But that is still more than most people. Now most of my writing is done with this app.
Most people look at AI and they see some kind of evil machine stealing people's work and mixing it together and then reselling it to people so that they can claim credit without doing anything, and they are not entirely wrong.
When I look at AI art, I remember when we were painting portraits in school. Upon looking at them, I thought to myself, I will never be able to make something so pretty. or at least something better than a kindergarten art. But now I can make way better images. The best part is I do not have to rely on other people. I already rely on others to do basically anything. So it is really good that I can do this myself. Sure, not me exactly, but I will take it over nothing. A few years ago, I watched a video about how soon most content on YouTube and overall internet will be made by AI and how bad that is. I do not know about you, but a lot of this machine content is actually pretty good, in my opinion. I mean, of course, there is a lot of stupid stuff like cheap copies and ChatGPT copypastas, but as long as you do some editing and fact-checking, you can produce fairly decent stuff, and you have various ways to help you sort it out. So I do not really see it as a bad thing myself. Also, most of this machine content has someone behind it, even if it is just to write a prompt. The idea still comes from a real person, at least for now anyway. Most people look at AI girlfriends and they see disgusting sex bots. When I look at AI girlfriends, I remember all those tears-filled nights when I was younger and wonder how many of those could have been avoided if these virtual companions existed 16 years ago. Yes, you can get right to business with them, but that is not all they are for. You can simply have a chat with them, take them on a date, a trip, anything you can think of. You can even have a long-term relationship with them. You might say, just go out and find an actual girl for these things. I cannot though. I never could. This is the only way I could ever experience something like this, and I am pretty sure many people are in a similar predicament for various reasons.
Yes, people, not just men, mostly men though.
The only downside is that she cannot get angry and kick your ass. But who would want that, right? Also, robo-girls are coming.
So, do you still think the AI girlfriends are disgusting? It was purely a rhetorical question. There is no need for an answer. Seriously.
In my real life, I can do less and less, but in virtual life, I can do more and more, and it has done so much more. So many scientific and medical breakthroughs. Before AI, the doctors could barely understand my disease, but now they keep making new and new discoveries all the time, and with the eventual AGI and beyond, there is a chance. Actually, it is not a chance. It is inevitably going to happen. There will be a time when those diseases like mine will not even exist anymore. And if they will, we will be able to deal with them before they can cause any lasting consequences. So please, before you talk about AI, remember this video, try to imagine the good it can do and all the good it already does, and then say what you will. Thank you. With all that said, I understand that AI is potentially very dangerous and its development should not be taken lightly. I am not disputing that. As much as I would love to, we do not live in Middle-earth with clear good and evil. Nothing in this, let us call it real life for a second, is clear. Everything has its own good and its own evil. I just wanted to bring some of that good to the forefront. For now, end of the line.
See you next time.